Good afternoon, everyone. COVID-19 continues to spiral out of control in Ontario. Yesterday, Ontario reported 1,575 new cases, a new daily record. 431 Ontarians are hospitalized, 98 in ICU, with 62 fighting for their lives on ventilators. Over the last 7 days, 98 Ontarians have lost their lives to this deadly virus. We in Grey Bruce are not immune, with 19 new cases reported this week. Hotspots are Kincardine and Grey Highlands. One case was reported right here in the town of the Blue Mountains. With the increase in cases, if we want to keep our community safe, we must continue to be vigilant. This does not mean we have to, at least at this time anyway, lock ourselves in our houses. There is a lot we can do and do safely. Our arena and community center are open with safety protocols in place. Minor hockey, figure skating, and can skate programs are operating in the arena, while pickleball is underway at the community center. Other activities will be phased in over the coming weeks. The town is also planning to keep open and maintain some of our parks and trails to provide a wider range of outdoor activities for our residents over the winter months. In addition, our local shops and restaurants are always ready to welcome you to the safe environment they strive so hard to provide. What it is possible to do is determined by the prevalence of COVID in our community. Should cases rise, our activities could be severely curtailed, as has happened in many parts of Europe and is under discussion for many provinces across Canada. Let's all work together to control COVID and keep that from happening in our community. The virus does not spread itself. People spread it. Prolonged close contact with an infected person, particularly in an indoor setting, is a sure way to get infected. It is important to remember that people who have no symptoms at all can still infect you. Some studies indicate that up to 50% of infections may be due to asymptomatic transmission. I am distressed every time I hear of people traveling to visit others and stay with them in communities with high infection rates, or people having visitors in their homes from these areas. Equally disturbing are reports of indoor social gatherings. These types of gatherings are one of the main forms of transmission in our community. Is a 2-hour party really worth it if it eventually leads to a complete 2-week or more lockdown province-wide? If enough people ignore public health advice, I have no doubt this will be the end result. Keeping COVID under control is a responsibility shared by everyone. To highlight this, the town of the Blue Mountains is considering a mask bylaw. This proposed bylaw does not change where you have to wear a mask. This is already mandated by the provincial order in place. All the proposed bylaw does is share the responsibility for wearing of masks in public indoor spaces between the owner or operator of the indoor public space in question and the guest and customer. This is the only difference between the draft bylaw and the provincial order, which places all of the responsibility on the owner or operator of the indoor space. Further details on the draft bylaw, which is coming back before Council on November 30th, can be found on the Council agenda package of November 2nd. Lastly, I want to thank all of you who are following public health advice and keeping our community safe. So far, our collective efforts have paid off. Experience in other places has shown, however, that if we let our guard down, things can deteriorate rather quickly. Let's all make sure that this doesn't happen in our community. Have a great weekend and stay safe.